What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you detectives and maybe even you master detectives out there. Yes, that's right. Every day, more and more master detectives come out from the shadows and join up with the masters that have already come. And soon there will be more masters than regular detectives, maybe. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know what happens when all the detectives get promoted to being a master detective. But good on you, and good for you for getting that little promotion, solving your 4 clues, and hopefully you're doing good in your Rammy cases. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you, you're not in the league. This is Hunt the Week. It's a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Arena Gauntlet League that we love and play in. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or go home. I am a 4-time top 8er, a 2-time league winner, and 1 time I got to hide a clue somewhere, which I don't think it's, first of all, not in this episode, not in this show. Don't look for it here. I don't think they're going to let me hide another clue in the podcast, so don't think that's going to happen. And I can't say for sure that my clue is actually going to happen, but I made one, and it's got a card, and not a very good card, because my cards weren't very good, and I didn't want to give out a good card because I didn't get good cards. But anyway, this is Murders at Karlov Manor, Week 3. We are deep in this thing. And I'm still loving it. I'm still having a blast. I'm coming around on the format. I think the format's better than I give it credit. I'm still doing drafts, and I'm still enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I love the league. I love Magic, right? That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. And everything's going great. I hope you are enjoying it as well. And maybe we can all enjoy it together. So let's go ahead and let's get a clue.
That's what we're trying to find out. We're trying to find out who killed him, and where, and with what.
Again, that's just the name of the segment. There are no clues in here. Please do not look. You will be wasting your time. As I record, it is Thursday at about 3:30 p.m. EST, and this is your top 8 for Murders at Karlov Manor. Number 1, Christopher G. Oompa Loompa out there, going 4-1. Chris D. Stereolab, 5-1. Overplay, still in second. Wow, Chris, just crushing it. I think we played in week 1. And yeah, Chris was a super cool guy, and I love to see new players like that come in and just dominate. Lot P. Lot, 11-4. Daniel M. HP Wizard, 11-4. Ryan W. Mutt Bunches, 10-4. Dustin D. Balloon, 10-5. Bob P. Hit, 10-5. Robert M. Laugh It Up, 10-5. And our 5 players this week are players with 5 wins. Number 1, Chris D. Stereolab, 5-1. Ryan R. Rern, 22, 5-0. And Johnny M. Johnny, 5-1. That is your top 8. I am currently 9-6. And this is, I'm reliving the past right now. Let me take you through it. Week 1, I go 2-3. Not a great start. Started 0-2. Okay, week 2, 4-1. Bringing it back, getting a little better. Week 3, 3-2. So right now I'm currently 9-6, and this is exactly the path I took in Cons of Tarkir to get to the top 8. Week 1, 2-3. Week 2, 4-1. Week 3, 3-2. The same. I am repeating history. I am Groundhog staying it over here, which means this next week I'm going 4-1. I already feel good about it. I already am so happy with how well I did in the upcoming week. But no, I'm trying to keep it alive, trying to do well. Positive win rate right now, but there's a heap of 9-6s, and I'm in that heap. I know, boys, there are a lot of them, and it spans all the way from 15th down to 26. So we got 11 9-6 players right now. Could even have more, depending on how Sawyer T. Soyboy and Mitchell S. Spaghetti Mitch do. And the clues are around. The clues are being given out, and I just got confirmation that my clue is live. I don't know if I should be saying that, but hey, as I record, it might be solved by the time this thing comes out. We'll see if it does. I'm not giving any hints, but I got a clue out there, and I got a bad card for you, so enjoy that. That's from me to you. Whoever gets it, a special treat from Goku right there to you. Wow, look at this happening live on air in real time. I love it. It's the league, right? The league's doing so good, and the clues have been so good. But here's the thing: I solved all my clues a long time ago, and I'm pretty checked out of what's going on in the clue channel. I'm just checked out of it. I'm not paying a ton of attention. I hope people are still having a really good time with it, because I was having a blast with it till I was done, and then I was still checking every now and then, and now I'm just paying no attention at all. My buddy Chris R. Sinkwater, he'll say, "Hey man, what do you think of this clue?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Do you want help? I'll help you, but you got to tell me before it happens, not afterwards, because I'm not paying attention. It's not that I've given up, but it's not for me, and I don't know. The league has changed for me, right? It was this, hey, find the clues, do the fun thing. Now it's just pack rerolls, and I rerolled my pack. Let's talk about that. I was saving up for 10, the big 10 clue reroll, and I got them all quick. I had 10 clues by my 4th or 5th loss. I solved my second Rami case on my second guess. That was amazing. That blew my mind. I picked one card, my first pick, where I'm like, it's not going to be this, but it'll help me narrow it down. It didn't. All Rami said was everything I guessed was wrong. Wrong color, wrong power, wrong toughness, wrong everything. So what do? Just pick the first card I find that matches nothing, and it worked. I couldn't believe it. The Rami cases were really neat. I mean, I know it's all luck, right? And there's so much of this that is luck, and that's why we're talking about the pack rerolls now. I save up till 10. I've had this big debate. Is it Mom or MKM? I think it's MKM. And here's why. One, I think the power of rare at MKM is just very high. I just think there are so many good rares in this set that do so many things, and if you hit any of them, it's awesome. I think the lands in this set are fantastic, so if I hit any lands, I actually feel pretty good about that. I'd love to have some of these Surveil lands that I can Nervous Gardener up into my hand, right? What a fun combo that is. And if I don't, we got Evolving Wilds. I'm on that 4 or 5 color good stuff. I'll take all the fixing in this set. Finally had a pack, and I was like, I don't really like this pack. I'll re-roll it, because I had kind of talked myself into some not so great packs earlier, based on push-pull's in this pack. I like push-pull, so I'll keep it. This pack did not speak to me, did not speak to my heart. Re-rolled it, 10 clues, 2 MKM packs. And they were so bad. They were so bad. The original pack, I think, had 2 cards I would have added. The 2 packs, I'd put in 4 cards, and most of them were commons. I think there was 1 uncommon. So yeah, it's not like I didn't add cards to my pool, but man, I missed on rares in both, and yeah, I could have just kept that original pack. But again, that's the luck we're talking about, right? I don't think it matters what set you pick if you're opening up bad packs, and I'll own it. I'll say it was just unlucky. I still think MKM was a good choice, and getting in a free extra pack, I'm not complaining, right? I mean, I guess I am a little bit. But it's not, it's luck, right? There's a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck in Magic. And now I get to just spend 2 mana rerolls on bad packs from here on out. I'm kind of looking forward to that and getting some of the chaos in here. I'm missing the chaos element of this league, because I've gone all MKM so far. And you know what? This week I played against 2 Italis. I played against the Gruff triplets. There are Boonbringer Valkyrie, played against one of those. There's just bombs out there. People have opened some nasty, nasty cards, and they're not in MKM. And I'm not really ready for them, and I'm not really playing around them. But I'll tell you what. You ever push-pull a Gruff triplets or an Natali out of someone's graveyard? Oh, I'm telling you. You push-pull a Gruff triplets, you end up with 2 6/6s. Natali, oh, that's fun. That's the problem with these strong cards. I'm not playing a deck that has great rares and big bombs. I am killing you with your cards. I've got Outrageous Robbery. I'm killing you with your cards. I've got 2 push-pulls. I'm killing you with your bombs. That's my plan. It's to just kind of kill stuff and live long enough to kill you with your own stuff. And I love it. It's actually super fun. I love playing this deck. It's one of my favorite styles of Magic, is killing you with your stuff. And that usually, it's hard to build that. You don't get a lot of cards that allow you to take advantage of your opponent's library and graveyard. Not a lot of Thief of Sanities running around, but Outrageous Robbery, I mean, that's a big old Thief of Sanity on steroids. And that thing, I've done it for 11. Whew, still almost lost that game. But man, good card. Lots of fun. Lots of fun going on in Murders at Collarp Manor. I hope you are enjoying it. And I talked to someone who's enjoying it this week. I really did. I got to have on someone who's been in the league as long as I am. Someone who I've enjoyed playing against. I've had some great games with, some wins, some losses. let's go ahead and let's solve the case.
All right, who done it?
You did it.
They all did it.
But if you want to know who killed Mr. Body, I did. In the hall. With the revolver. Okay, Chief, take him away.
That's right. This week we are solving the case with Daniel M., a.k.a. HP Wizard. And like I said, Daniel's been around as long as I have. I've been winning and losing against this guy for years. Daniel was super awesome to come on the show. We even fought through some technical difficulties that were my fault that I will get into after the interview. But let's just say Daniel is a very stand-up person and put up with me basically making him do the interview twice, and I do apologize for that, Daniel. But let's go ahead and listen to my interview with Daniel now. All right, everyone, join me as we solve the case this week with none other than Daniel M., a.k.a. HP Wizard. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. You know, I've been playing since Strixhaven, which I think is around the time you came in. I've always seen your name around, and excited to get you on the show, really. I'd like to know, Daniel, when did you start playing Magic?
I started playing Magic during Core Sets 20 and Throne of Eldraine. It was at my university board game club when somebody brought a box of Magic cards, basically. And initially I played with the pre-constructed decks, the starter decks, basically, that they had. And then after that, I kept wanting to play and found Arena and started playing on Magic Arena and went from there.
That's awesome. Are you a big board game person?
Yeah, all sorts of board games to play. It's hard to say what my favorite game is. Arkham Horror might be. Stratego, Risk, Monopoly. I don't know.
I mean, who doesn't like playing Monopoly? You got to get those railroads, right? You got to get those railroads. You don't think so? That's not the strategy? I'm out. Maybe my strategy's outdated. I haven't played in a long time, Daniel. I haven't played in a while. But you know what I have played recently? Murders at Karlov Manor.
Really?
How has your MKM League been going? How's the deck? I mean, you're doing well.
The league has been going well. The deck has been playing well, and I feel the deck will keep playing well until there are streamlined aggro decks that can, kind of punish the greedy piles a little bit.
I know what you're talking about because I'm on one of those greedy decks, and I've run into those aggro decks, and it's tough. It's they get going so fast, and I need time. I need time to get my 4 colors of land and then craft my perfect hand of like bombs and removal. It takes time for me to get my stuff together, and I can't deal with flying 2/2s, or the big 3/3 4/4 with vigilance, whatever it is. I can't deal with all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Up until this week, that hasn't been too much of a problem, but beginning this week, I've been seeing a little bit of the good aggro decks that require some new sideboarding or deck plan or deck building to account for them more.
Yeah, it's well, people have more packs now, right? People are starting to get that nice chunk of packs where they have all these consistent multiple commons. That's the white Boros decks. You don't need anything crazy. You just need a bunch of good commons and uncommons and a bunch of them, and the deck builds itself, and it's great. But yeah, it's hard to deal with those creatures. You need like early removal. I like the 1/3 Somalia Sentry, even the 1/3 the V2 Gaji Inspector. I like the early drops that have the reach. I love those cards. Those cards are saving me so much life and so much damage. Do you like MKM? Are you enjoying Murders at Karlov Manor as a whole, as a set?
The set as a whole has been pretty good. I actually played in the Arena Open this past weekend.
Nice.
Finished 1 win away from the money for the second time, but did get a bunch of gems.
Yeah,
for my trouble.
There you go. Hey, that's the best I've ever done. Is like just getting gems back. I mean, it does suck to not get the money, but hey, you're there. You're one win away. It's gonna happen, and you get all the gems. It's like you make money in gems. You still made money, even if it's not physical money, right?
I suppose. I mean, I have enough gems that the only use for them is more arena open entries.
There you
So
go. I mean, those are the odds, right? Yeah, yeah. Roll the dice enough times, you're gonna hit. You're gonna be that person and
I
posting.
suppose.
I want to see that deck in limited hot dogging in an arena opener too. Just be like, yep, did it. What about the clues? Do you have a strategy for clues and re-rolling? Are you re-rolling any packs?
Well, it would help if Proft was on the same page as me, but he seems not to. He seems not to be taking my advice to heart and figuring out who committed any of these heists.
It's tough. That Rami thing is really tough because it's just guessing, right? At some point, it's like, well, it's all just a guess. It's like a 1 in 4 chance, and if you go the wrong path down that 1 in 4, it's like, oh, okay, there's all my guesses are gone. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if you save up. Is there a specific set you would want if you weren't going to get MKM? Is there a set that you think is a good set to go after?
I think it depends on what kind of deck you have. Some sets are better for aggro. Some have more of the fixing lands. A multicolor pile always wants those lands.
Oh, those lands.
Sometimes some sets just have the like best bomb rails basically, where it's like you hope to open the card that just wins you the game basically when you play it, and
I've seen a few of those. I've you know what? I've run into multiple Atalis. I ran into a Gruff triplets the other day, and it's like I'm seeing these offset bombs. People are really opening up some really good cards. It's
yeah, so
crazy.
far I only have the Motors of Call of Mana cards. I
Yeah,
haven't gotten any other cards.
me too. I mean, there's definitely some bombs in there, but when I see those bombs from other sets, I'm always shocked. I'm always like, oh great, now I got to deal with this thing. I saw Boonbringer Valkyrie. Yeah, remember that card? That card's
Yep.
oh, so many people got opened up some good cards this set. Well, Danielle, I would love to know what has been your favorite draft format you like to draft, although you like your constructed. What's been your favorite draft format?
I've had a bunch of draft sets I've liked a lot. It's hard to say what my favorite is, but Eldraine, Wilds of Eldraine, March of Machines, and Brothers War have been some of my favorites. And Motors of Call of Mana is also very good. But one thing I want to bring up, not quite the question you asked, but one of the generally well liked sets that I've disliked is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And the problem I had with this set is that the removal wasn't very good, and it felt like so many of the uncommons could take over the game on their own if they went unanswered. So that combination meant every other uncommon felt like a bomb, basically.
Yeah, and there are some very balmy uncommons in that set. Behold the unspeakable or whatever the blue saga. That thing just I remember it just does so much work. That's that ninja's deck. Oh, that ninja's deck. It does some crazy things. Well, Daniel, what's your favorite Magic card? I love this question. It tells me, how you like to play and what you kind of like to do as a Magic player.
I thought about this question for a little bit, and I think my favorite card is Niv-Mizzet Perun. The
That's a great
first
one.
Brawl deck I built on Arena was a Niv-Mizzet deck, and I think that the deck has gotten a little bit weaker compared to how it was initially. There haven't been too many one mana instant and sorceries being added to the deck, which is what the deck really wants, kind of. Um,
That's a fun card.
but it's still just casting spells, drawing cards, doing direct damage, and an infinite combo just to win the game immediately.
Yeah, just one or two infinite combos. There's a few of them now. I think every few sets it's like, oh yeah, that's another infinite combo with Niv. Yeah, I love decks like that. One of my first early combo decks that got me. I was playing when I got into Magic was just Young Pyromancer and like 1 mana cantrips. And man, just being like, just making a bunch of 1/1s, like that's my thing. It's like, oh yeah, so is it? I get it. The is it mage in me, yeah, I want to play a bunch of cantrips and I want to get rewarded for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's super fun.
Now, so Niv Mizzet is probably my favorite card, but I haven't played too many of the older formats. I don't play too much paper, but I did play Modern for a couple of days when Magic Online had an all access event. So I was playing Living End, and I found that I really enjoyed casting free spells. So I think it's possible that if I played more of the older formats, that Force of Will might be up there on my favorite card list. But I haven't played with it enough, so.
Living End, that sounds like a super fun deck to play though. Yeah, there's lots of free spells in there, right? You get the Golgari thug that you can just cycle away, and
it has the pitch elementals.
Oh, does it now? See, I haven't played since before they came out, but yeah, that sounds great. The pitch elementals, put them in the yard. Come on, that sounds broken. Actually, oh gosh, that's why I can't play modern. I used to play like fair modern. Modern doesn't sound very fair anymore. Do you like modern? Is modern a format you play a lot, or is modern just another format?
It's something I would want to play more, but I don't play too much paper, and maybe I'll play Magic Online at some point, but I play Arena more.
Yeah, it's hard to go back. I keep saying like I'm gonna go back to Magic Online, and like when I draft I can make money because the cards have value, right? I'm gonna go back to doing that. And then no, I draft in Arena. It's shiny, it's fast, it works.
It's easy on Arena.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's great. It's just there. It's always there.
Yeah.
So it works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we asked the league for questions and we got some good ones. And we're gonna start with this one from your brother Michael M. Adam Baum. He wants to know favorite limited set versus favorite league set and why, if they're different. And then a follow-up. How and why do you actually like constructed? Are you a constructed player, Daniel?
I know it may be sacrilege to admit it here, but I'm constructed first, limited second.
Oh my gosh, constructed first. This guy. I can see the emotes from Richard now.
I got into a brief argument at one point where it was like, "Oh, constructed better," and it was filled with
you can't
with the downvotes. And
every now and then, someone will say something really positive about constructed, and everybody like jumps on them. It's always like, hey, what do you guys think of this constructed debt? Everyone's like, nope, limited, nope. Sorry, constructed players, but you're a constructed player. What do you like? You play standard, you play pioneer, you play historic, timeless. Do you play the alchemy, the dreaded alchemy?
I mainly play whatever format the qualifier weekend is. Alchemy is probably my least favorite format, although it is the backdoor to numbered mythic because you play against a lot of easier decks.
Oh yeah,
so smart. You can easily get to top 250 mythic for the qualifier weekend every month.
I love it. You figured out a system. The easiest 250 mythic to make. That makes sense. Who plays alchemy? I don't know. I don't know anybody that plays alchemy.
Exactly. I think that my favorite constructed format though is standard because the decks are just balanced right now, and I've played the domain ramp deck has been fun. Casting Atraxa. But actually, there's a new graveyard ramp deck that uses the new card that mills a few cards and then returns all lands from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Yep.
And along with one of the cards from March of Machines Aftermath, which adds mana whenever lands enter the battlefield, you can make tons of mana and cast Atraxa or cast Jace twice in the same turn and mill for 30 and that kind of thing.
Sounds fun. I mean, sounds fun. Sounds busted. Sounds busted is what it is. That's cool though. So it's cool to see cards from MKM getting into standard. I know people were saying that
Yeah.
it wasn't making much of a splash, but it sounds like an integral role of that deck is that mill card that gets the lands back.
Yeah.
This question comes from Richard. Richard would like to know Domino's or Papa John's? I love these food questions.
Whatever's cheaper. I am not picky about my food in general. I'll eat almost anything. So whatever's cheaper is
You know,
better.
it's all pizza. It's still good, right? It's cheap. Yeah. What about this? Will you eat a pineapple pizza? Do you care about what's on the pizza? You got a feeling about toppings?
Pineapple pizza is fine, but my favorite pizzas are spinach pizza and broccoli pizza. And don't say any other type of pizza is better.
Besides the constructed and now broccoli pizza is the best pizza. You're just asking for people to throw you down a well, Daniel. Actually, I do really like
Well, that
spinach
case should be
pizza.
pretty easy to solve, though.
I do like the spinach pizza, and I like broccoli pizza. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I used to live in New York, and there was a place that would make a broccoli sandwich. Daniel, you ever had a broccoli sandwich?
I don't think so, but it
It,
sounds
wa-
pretty good.
I can tell you, it was like a hoagie, like a sub roll, full of like broccoli, and it was covered with like you fried shallots and a sauce, and it was this delicious broccoli sandwich. It was so strange, but it was so good.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, put that on pizza. I guess that's all we're saying here. Our next question comes from Joaquin E. Diabolic Machine. Joaquin would like to know, what are your feelings on the clue/puzzle mechanics of the league? Are you ignoring clues or are you saving them up?
Well, I would like to have a few more clues than I have, but I don't mind the set. I don't mind the mechanic. Will have too many feelings about it. It would just help if I got some more of them.
you just you can't get the random ones. Are you trying to solve any of the puzzles, the mind twisters, or
I've been trying to solve them, but I think Plath is just wrong about some of these. He has his ideas, I have my ideas, and mine are definitely better.
there's definitely some that I've had where I've been like, this is definitely it. And I put it in and I was wrong, and I was like, I still think mine works. I still think mine was a good bet. What does H? Our next question comes from Marley L. Beauty and the Gitrog. What does HP not stand for?
Well, there's only two things people have commented basically on what it stands for. The correct meaning should be obvious, considering the wizard that follows HP in my name. But I did have one person ask me if it stood for Hewlett Packard, which is not quite correct.
You know what's funny? I'm just now putting together that it's Harry Potter Wizard. I literally did not know. And I've played with you for years, like years, literally. And I just now, oh yeah, it is Harry Potter. Oh, that's funny. Our next question comes from Jack H. Rakic. What brought you back after a long hiatus? And what brings you back to MKM League? Daniel, it's so good to have you back.
I only left in first place because I didn't have time. I was busy with grad school for a bit, and then most of the Magic I was playing was focused on constructed was focused on the qualifier weekends.
Yeah.
There's a different Discord. I'm in a different group where we focus on the qualifier weekends. So I was playing more of the draft sets when the qualifier weekend was drafted and sealed, or more of the constructed formats when those were the qualifiers.
I gotcha. And what's the qualifiers? That's the one that like gets you to the pro tour, right? Is that one?
The Pro Tour and the Arena Championship. I've reached day 2 once of the qualifier weekend,
Uh-huh.
and my goal is to make the Pro Tour or Arena Championship.
I love it. That's so awesome. That's so cool.
One of my friends from that Discord server actually is playing in the Arena Championship.
Really?
So I've done a bunch of drafts with him to like help him prepare for the championship.
Don't you love it? Magic players helping Magic players, testing for pro tours and championships. It's the dream, right? The dream to make this big Magic tournament, give yourself a shot to get your name out there, like Seth Mansfield in the latest pro tour that just happened.
Yep.
Eric S. Smitty, not Smite, would like to know, what is your favorite meal to cook?
It's I don't cook too much, but my favorite meal to cook is probably a noodle kugel. This is a like pasta dish where you add all sorts of like sugar and fruits, and then you bake it, almost like a souffle, and it's really good.
This is blowing my mind. Hold on. This is a pasta dish with sugar and fruits that you bake?
You add oil, sugar, fruits. You cook the pasta, whatever. You add sugar, fruits, cinnamon, oil, whatever, and then you bake it like a souffle kind of.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
It sounds like
and it's really good.
it sounds like a sweet casserole. I got this sounds wonderful. Okay, I need to Google this when we are done recording because now I need to try this sweet pasta. I don't know that I've ever had a sweet pasta. I mean, I know that this can't be too crazy, but I'm so intrigued right now, Daniel. You're messing with my brain. Our next question comes from Duncan M. Rob Roy Duncan. He would love to know, what is your favorite article of clothing?
It's got to be running shoes.
Ooh.
That's really the one constant for when it's hot out. You need running shoes. When it's cold out, you need running shoes. Could have gone with the like running with the bright orange jacket I have that used for running at night that can be seen from probably a mile away, maybe farther away. But that's only for at night or when it's cold. So running shoes is the one constant.
And we got a brand. What brand running shoes do you? Let's give him a promotion here on the show.
I don't really have a preference.
No preference on
I've
pizza.
been wearing Nikes recently, but Asics is good.
Okay, just any of your standard running. Just get a good running shoe. Make sure your feet have support.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought it'd be fitting to close out our questions with one from your brother. One more question from Michael here. Michael would like to know, favorite MTG card with a hat, favorite MTG hat, and why?
I won't know what cards had hats or not without looking through the Skyfall list of card with the hat. And I think it had to go with Torbran as my
that's a good
favorite
one.
card with the hat.
OG Torbrand, like OG Eldraine?
Like original Eldraine, yeah.
Nice.
Like the card in the mono red aggro standard decks that you paired with Annex and Embercleave and did a zillion damage and
Yep, that's a fun one.
although actually the upcoming set has a bunch of cards with hats. There's a new Tiny Bones that has an interesting hat, and the Fibblethip has a nice hat. So
that's funny. I was only thinking of Oka. I was like, I know Oka's in that set, and he's got a hat on. But you're right. There is a Fibblethip with a funny looking hat. I got to see the Tiny Bones. I don't think I've seen the Tiny Bones yet. That sounds hilarious. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for making time and coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I always love getting people to come on and talk. And like I said, you've been around basically since I've started. So I've seen you around a long time. It's so nice to get to know you a little bit more.
well, thank you again for having me.
Hey, happy to do it. And I wish you luck. The rest of the league, you're sitting number 4 right now. This could be your league. Go strong and finish this thing up.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Goodbye and good luck out there. Again, Daniel was awesome. So easy to talk to, and I love his Magic insights. After we recorded, he wanted to add a little bit more about why he likes Constructed. And I think he's expecting to get beat up, I think, a little bit on liking Constructed. That's fair. This is a limited server, a limited tournament. And boy, anytime anyone brings up Constructed or Standard, everyone jumps on him. Everyone goes, hey, well, anybody try out the new Standard deck? And then 5 people, nope, no, get out of here. Limited only. So I get it. I get where Daniel's coming from. This is what Daniel has to say about Constructed. Constructed has a wider variety of archetypes, while most limited decks are some type of mid-range decks. Okay. Similarity, you can do cool things in Constructed, like I talked about with some of the standard decks, and still be competitive. Whereas when you draft a meme deck, you don't expect it to win much and are happy if it just gets to do its thing a few times. I totally agree. For instance, I had a deck in LCI with Bringer of the Last Gift and a ton of land cyclers to dump in the graveyard, which was a fun deck to play, but not something that was very good. I almost built a high alert and then whatever the 215 crocodile is. Like, that's a meme deck. I would play that. That sounds interesting, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, you got to try it at least once while the format's around. But he's right. There's lots of like meme decks and build arounds that you don't really expect to do well. And then when they do well, you're very surprised. I don't play a lot of Constructed. I've played some Standard and I've played some Modern. And here's the thing for me in those formats that you do not get in Limited. At least not really. And that is combo decks. I love a combo deck. My favorite deck that I've ever played outside of Limited was this Mono Blue Devotion Thassa's Oracle combo deck. If you don't know this deck, talk to me. I will get you a deck list. I played this in a historic top 250 mythic quest mythic thing one time. The deck's super easy. It's just you get down a Nyxborn Lotus, which taps for your mana value equal to your devotion to blue, and then you play a bunch of blue pip stuff. You got the owl in there, the 4 white blue hybrid owl that can search up an artifact in like your top 4 or 5 cards that finds the Nyxborn Lotus, and then if you have that out, you cast that with Nyxborn Lotus out for 4. Now that's tapping for 4, and then you play a bunch of corridor monitors to untap and tap, just untap the Nyxborn Lotus, and then you play Gadwick to just draw tons of cards, and it's a super fun combo deck. I love combo decks. Storm. I love trying to draft a Storm deck. That's about as close as you get to a combo deck, I think. In drafting, you can draft Storm, but it has to be Magic Arena, and it has to be some kind of cube where it's made and supported. They don't really support combo decks in just draft environments because what fun is that, right? I think the last one wouldn't even call it a combo deck, but maybe the cycling deck in Ikoria, which again, not really a combo deck, but that was a deck that, if you were playing around Ikoria, that deck was a menace. But yeah, I love a good combo deck. And then you win with Thassa's Oracle. You draw through your deck with Gadwick. You bounce it back to your hand. You do it a bunch of times. It's super fun. It's a super fun combo deck. I love it. But yeah, then you win with Thassa's Oracle, and then Thassa's Oracle got banned everywhere. So now I can't even play the one constructed deck that I like to play. That's fun. It's also not even that good. It's just people don't know how to interact with it. It makes it real fun because you can really just go off. It's one of those decks where you just take a turn to go off, and you go for it. Where it's like, man, I don't have it, but I'm going to see if I can get it. And those are the decks that I just really enjoy playing. And we don't really get that in Limited. I also don't, Constructed also doesn't get that a lot either. So I don't play a lot of Constructed. But yeah, Daniel, I just find it so interesting when we get people on here that aren't all, Limited players. He's a Constructed player. He's very open. He plays Constructed. He plays he plays whatever the qualifier is. This guy just wants to qualify. He don't care what the format is. He is that good of a Magic player. And yeah, I'll stand by it. Daniel is a great Magic player. I've been playing against him, again, for years, and he's always doing really well. He's one of those players that just is very good at the game, and it's so nice to see him back. What was his last league? Let's see if we can figure this out. His last league before Murders at Karlov Manor was Shadows Remastered, so that was a while ago. And then Dominaria United, Baldur's Gate, New Capenna. He was a Riveteer! How could I forget he was a Riveteer? Daniel M., HP Wizard. Anyway, so nice to have Daniel on. Got to shout out his brother Michael M. Adam Bomb, who's always around the server. I also love it when you got family members. Brothers play Magic. Me and my brother play Magic. I love to see it. Well, I hope you are enjoying Murders at Karlov Manor as we wrap up Week 3. As we get into Week 4, this is where the bloodbath starts to happen. We're going to have a lot of people knocked out this week due to entropy. And then next week, Week 4, that's where a lot of people don't make it through. Week 5, it gets real tough. And then Week 6, that's the toughest of them all. I played in Week 6 last league. This was one of the most stressful times ever. Everyone's deck was fast. Everyone's deck was great. Everybody was playing great. That's what happens in week 6. And I hope you get there. I hope to see you there because I hope to get there myself. Because I know I'm going 4-1 this week. And find my clue. Did anyone find it yet? No. No one has found my clue yet. Oh boy. How exciting. I love that there's just something out there that I did. But yeah, go out there, search for my clue, see if you can find it, and enjoy that card from me to you. Until then, I hope you get to keep a good 7, and that shuffler is in your favor, because in this league, you're either Boros aggro, or you're 4 or 5 color good stuff. And either way, gotta have a good 7, and you gotta draw well. No one wants to go land, 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 land. Even if you're cracking clues, no one needs that much land. Until then, we'll see everybody here next week. Bye, everybody. All right, let's hit that button this time. Oh my God, I'll let you know. That's the first time I've ever done that. We got about halfway through the recording, realized I forgot to hit the record button. So
if you record it.
I do apologize, and boy, is there egg on my face. So let's take it from the top. I do appreciate you having the time to go back, and yeah, let's just, hey, it's like practice, right? We got a little practice session.